Well, hello everybody and welcome along to an absolutely huge match here on SonageGaming because it's the first semi-final of the Celebrity FIFA World Cup and it's between Russia and England, two absolute giants of the tournament so far. It's going to be an amazing game. Alan Smith is with me in the commentary booth as always. Alan, how excited are you for this one?
Oh yeah, big game. Big game. Big game.
Thanks very much, Alan. I absolutely can't wait for this. Make sure to not go anywhere, folks. Join us next. And it's live! So starting for Russia, once again in goal is Lev Yashin. They're playing a 4-3-3 today. The back four of Lenin, Ivan the Terrible, Peter the Great and Rasputin. Three in central midfield with Alexander Orlov from Compare the Meerkat, partnering Tchaikovsky and Romanov. And it's three in attack as well with Maria Sharapova and Vitas either side of Vladimir Putin. Bit of a change in formation for Russia today then, Alan. It's been very successful for them playing other styles so far this tournament. What makes them change their formation today, do you think?
I don't know. I think maybe it's sizing up England, and England have been quite good defensively, so maybe a 4-3-3 might open things up. But I think either way, the Russians will back themselves. They've been very good this tournament, and I'm a bit scared.
Yeah, so am I. Here's the starting lineup for England. Boris Johnson keeps his place in goal. Tommy Shelby, Ainsley Harriott, Jeremy Clarkson and the Queen across the back four with David Attenborough in defensive midfield. It's KSI on the left, David Beckham on the right-hand side with Ed Sheeran just in behind the deadly duo of Mr. Blobby and Stormzy as Vladimir Putin kicks us off in the semi-final of the Celebrity FIFA World Cup. We are really down to the business end of the tournament now. Alan, two of the very favourites given the form that they've both been showing through the tournament so far, England and Russia. You got any predictions for the game today?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I did had a look at my horoscope this week and it said that I'd meet an old friend and that I would sell a ridiculous amount of sandwiches, which was oddly specific, so who knows?
Who knows indeed. As Stormzy looks to play it down the left-hand side, but KSI is offside. KSI coming into this, of course, he was brought in midway through the group stage for England, and he's had a great tournament so far down the left-hand side, really adding a bit of pace and penetration down there.
Yeah, he has. I think England have experimented a lot with different players. Tumble, Blobby, Bean. Just to name a few of the weirdos, but looks like KSI has cemented his place in the team. And hopefully he can score. Indeed,
as it goes back here to Peter the Great. And now Rasputin playing it right back for Russia into Tchaikovsky. Run being made by Compare the Meerkat ahead of him. It's a good challenge there from Ed Sheeran, who's been in and out of the team himself, but he's been selected for this massive game alongside KSI and Stormzy, who's running down the left-hand side here. KSI looking to maybe get the ball into the box. Good turn to get past Rasputin. And now here's Tommy Shelby. Getting into the penalty area here, looking to play it in maybe. He's still going here, it's flicked up. It's Stormzy! He smashed it in!
Wow,
and England take the lead! Stormzy brought back into the starting lineup for today, and he's absolutely justified his selection. It's a wonderful finish, and England take the lead.
A lot of people doubted why he should start in the first place. He's been poor in a few games, but he's just flicked one up and bang! Brings a tear to my eye, but also makes me think about the guy wearing the cap in the goal again. Don't get that.
No, I wonder if his vision was impaired as Stormzy flicked it up, but it's a very clean volley, isn't it? Right into that near post. Lev Yashin with no chance, and England take an early lead here. What a perfect start. So Russia get us back underway here, a goal behind inside 15 minutes. Not the ideal start for them, but England, who've been so strong so far this tournament, taking the lead, and Stormzy just one of a number of very good attacking options they've got. As you mentioned, Mr. Blobby and Ed Sheeran are up there as well, but they've experimented with a few different combinations. This one looking particularly deadly today though.
Yeah, it is. Well, I wouldn't say deadly. I haven't killed anyone yet, but I could do.
They could do. It's a great save there. We just missed that. But a brilliant save at his near post. Vitas it was with the shot. And Boris Johnson, who you have to say has had a wonderful tournament for England so far. Winston Churchill, of course, started off in goal, but Boris Johnson took his place towards the end of the group stage and has kept it ever since. He's been wonderful so far for England.
Yeah, he's got a lot on his plate. And even with all that, he's put in a great performance week in, week out.
Here's Tommy Shelby in space on the left, pulls it back. It's Stormzy again. Oh, it's a good block Comes back in though, and there's Stormzy once more trying the overhead kick. But didn't quite catch it, it just goes wide of that near post. But Stormzy looking very dangerous in the early exchanges. Decent effort there. Ivan the Terrible not really getting too close to him. But Stormzy couldn't quite make the most of it.
Well, that's the thing with overhead kicks. You know, I've found in all areas of life, it's much harder to do stuff when you're upside down. Unless you're a bat.
I can't recall you ever scoring an overhead kick for anyone in your career, Alan. I know that when the ball was hoisted into you in the air, you tended to prefer to go with your head in that sort of situation. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, don't get me started, you know. Just the 98 times. That was the 98 goals I scored with my head. But, you know, you pay a price for being good at headers, trust me.
Boris Johnson with the goal kick, Mr. Blobby, who provides a really sort of target man presence up alongside Stormzy. He's big and strong, good at winning the ball in the air as it's played out to the right hand side. David Beckham gets there first and is looking to get the cross in here. He's turned past the defender as well as Beckham, pulling it back. KSI now. Oh, it was a hefty challenge that went in. Tchaikovsky it is who slid in and failed KSI, and it will be the game's first yellow card and a free kick in a very decent position here for England.
Yeah, I don't know what's gotten into Tchaikovsky. Maybe he's doesn't think KSI's music is classical enough. But either way, it's a bit uncalled for.
Well, David Beckham, we saw him score a free kick from a very similar range against Ireland in one of the previous rounds. It's definitely Beckham territory here as Lev Yashin sets up his wall, but David Beckham looks like he's got the top corner in his sights from this. Beckham it will be to take the free kick for England. Here he comes, it's Beckham! Oh, it's fantastic as well! Yes. He's absolutely smashed it past Lev Yashin, who didn't move. David Beckham scored another free kick. It's 2-0 England, and this could not be going any better.
Well, sometimes you look at Beckham and think he's only in a team because he's sexy and attractive, and then bang! That's why he's in the team.
Yeah, great free kick, wasn't it? You can see Lev Yashin just didn't even move. The wall didn't jump. Beckham gave them all no chance, and England have doubled their lead here. 37 minutes on the clock, and they're 2-0 up. And, well, at this rate, we're looking at a final place for England. What a start they've made to the game.
Yeah, at this rate, we're looking for a final place for England. And what a start they've made to the game.
You just copy exactly what I said there, Alan.
No.
So, Alan, you brought up in the last couple of commentaries that alongside your cat, Mr. Jumbles, you also own a mule called Larry. I know, obviously, you've been away from home for quite a long time now, commentating on the World Cup, but how are those two getting on at home?
Well, it's not just those two. I've got a little plot of land and I've got a few animals. I've got Curtis, the cow, and Darren, the seal.
Well, there is the half-time whistle. A sensational performance so far from England. They go into the break 2 goals in the lead after strikes from Stormzy and David Beckham. Sensational first half, Alan.
Yeah, sensational first half, and I know you just said that, but I wanted to reiterate the point. And like I said about the horoscope, I'd better get a move on because I've got a lot of sandwiches to whip up. This match is brought to you by Mr. Jumbles' Meowfuls. Did you ever look at your cat and think, that cat couldn't finish his dinner? Well, worry no longer, because Mr. Jumbles' Meowfuls are tasty and made with 100% natural ingredients like tuna, beetroot, sandwiches and lemonade. Take advantage of our Jumbles sale now with 50% off when you type in offer code I18 on our website. Mr. Jumbles' Meowfuls, for people who love their cats.
So England get us kicked off for this second half. They are 2 goals up going into the start of the second half here. And beyond their wildest dreams, you have to say, as a brilliant first half performance has seen them storm into a 2-goal lead. Jeremy Clarkson now finds the Queen. And here's David Beckham, whose free kick put them 2 goals in the lead towards the end of the second half, and he's got space again here down the right-hand side as England come forward. It's Beckham into the penalty area, drills it across, there's KSI!
Yeah.
It's 3-0! England are absolutely smashing it. KSI coming in on the left-hand side, scores his first goal of the tournament, and well, what a great celebration in a nod to his fight with Logan Paul, but he's done it. It's 3-0 England.
Yeah, absolutely dismantled the Russian defence there. KSI knockout blow, but again I think going back to it just goes to show, like anything in life, it doesn't serve to wear a cap.
Yeah, Lev Yashin sporting a cap in goal, and like I mentioned in the first half, I wonder if his sight's been a bit affected by it, because he's let in 3 goals now. KSI with his first of the tournament for England, absolutely sensational. Well, Russia need to dust themselves down here. They are 3-0 behind, and England have just wiped the floor with them so far. They really haven't put up much of a fight, but they're looking to here as Black Widow takes it on. She turns back and is looking for support, comes in the form of Tchaikovsky. Now Vladimir Putin flicking up and volleying it. Oh, he's done it as well.
Goodness.
Absolutely brilliant from Vladimir Putin. He's smashed it past Boris Johnson. What a goal it is, and Russia are back in it.
Yeah, you got to argue that could be up there as goal of the tournament. One thing to flick it up, another just to bang it in. Wow.
It's a wonderful finish, you have to say, from Vladimir Putin. Almost took Boris Johnson by surprise as he smashed it in to his left. And we know Boris prefers to go to the right. That might have been in his mind as he dived for it, but it finds the back of the net. And now England have got to try and contain the Russia comeback here.
Oh, yeah. Just checking I managed to snap that on my camera. Got a little disposable camera for this game. As you know, I'm quite good friends with Pitbull, Mr. 305, and he regularly supplies me with Kodaks.
Oh, nice, Alan. So you've been taking photos throughout the tournament then?
Yeah, you know, I need to go down to Boots or wherever it is to get them processed, but all this digital stuff and iPhones and, you know, photographing everything about your life, I prefer something special like that moment just there. So yeah.
Dirty challenge from Anna Kournikova. She's only just come on for Vitas as well, and the first thing she's done is absolutely pile into David Beckham, and it's the yellow card, letting him know she's there early on.
Yeah, I should call her Anna Corner Killer. She almost killed him then. And Bob Hoskins is furious.
Yeah, so have you taken any photos that are particularly your favourites throughout the tournament so far, Alan?
Well, I got one of you in the bathroom when you weren't looking. You're on the Hall of Fame back at home. So, congrats.
What am I doing in the bathroom? Why did you take a photo of me in the bathroom, Alan? That's very, just not cool.
Well, it's just a little prank.
Here's Sharapova for Russia. Lovely little touch to find Putin. Now Black Widow on the right-hand side. Good challenge, though, from Tommy Shelby, who's been solid at left-back so far. Rasputin now with the ball for Russia, dinking it in. But Ainsley Harriott deals with it well. And whilst we wait for the corner to be taken, we'll go down to our touchline reporter. Gary Neville is down there once again for us. He's been in amongst the England fans. What's been going on, Gary?
Well, not a lot. I've just been chatting to a few people, and they think that because England have scored 3, that they're more than likely to win this game. And I think the same as well.
Have you been taking note of any chants that the England fans have been doing so far?
Not really. I've been banned from singing because people just found it annoying, really.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, but, you know, I'm Gary Neville.
All right, cheers, Gary. So back to the action, and Sir Tom Moore has joined the action from the bench, along with William Shakespeare, who've come on for Ed Sheeran and David Attenborough, respectively. So the centre of the park changed completely for England in the final 20 minutes of the game. Do you see either of them having an influence on the rest of the match, Alan?
I think so. Tom Moore, it's the kind of guy you go to for a bit of a morale boost, and you know, he's been knighted, and I think there's a few people like him who deserve to be knighted who haven't been knighted yet. I don't want to drop any hints or anything, but you know, I am waiting.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't got the nod for services to heading.
Well, yeah, exactly. Even an OBE.
Russia can clear and will now look to break. Got to find something soon, otherwise they're definitely going out as the referee pulls it back for a free kick. Jeremy Clarkson being punished for a challenge earlier in the move there.
Yeah, well, you know, he likes his 50-50s and...
Yeah, definitely used to 50-50s, isn't he, as a presenter of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Would you ever go on that show, Alan?
Yeah, I would. I think I'd struggle getting past the first round when they have to put things in order. I don't get that.
Well, here comes Black Widow. Dinking it to the far post. Oh, it's another goal for Russia as well. Tchaikovsky it was who's nodded it in. And with just over 7 minutes left on the clock, the lead is cut to 1. Tchaikovsky with the goal.
Well, like I said, never count the Russians out. And we needed something to spark this game back up. And game on.
What on earth was Ainsley Harriott doing, by the way? Trying to defend it. He just seemed to get right in the way of Boris Johnson and fell over. Not great defending at the back post.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a bit confused, I think, He's might have tripped over his apron or something like that.
So 7 minutes left and Russia have pegged England back to within a goal. And, well, it really is game on now. 3-2 as the clock ticks ever closer to the 90th minute. But here's Mr. Blobby looking to restore England's 2-goal lead. And there's Tom Moore! Oh, what a strike! It's an absolute screamer from Sir Tom Moore. It's a banger, and England now lead 4-2, and surely the Celebrity FIFA World Cup beckons.
It's up there as goal of the tournament. Absolute banger. And I said you could count on him, didn't I? Never doubt me.
Well, an absolute glut of goals in this semi-final. England lead 4-2. Michael Owen's down on the touchline as well now to give his thoughts on the game. Michael, what an incredible game this has been.
Well, I might have said this before, but football's all about scoring goals.
Great insight from Michael Owen there. And as you can see, Mr. Blobby, after setting up Tom Moore for that goal, has been replaced by Mr. Tumble. Who'll be looking to produce something special in the last couple of minutes of the game. But England looking certain to go through to a World Cup final now. We're just approaching stoppage time, but what a performance from them, Alan.
Yeah, great performance. Game against Ireland, they're under a lot of pressure, 4-3, pretty close. And I think a lot of people thought Russia would take England apart, and quite the opposite. Very proud.
Quite the opposite indeed, because the full-time whistle has been blown and England are through to the Celebrity FIFA World Cup final. What a performance they've put in here in the semi-final against Russia. Sir Tom Moore with the icing on the cake at the end there with a stunning finish, but England fully deserving of their victory. They're heading through to the final, and Alan, well, this is fantastic stuff.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I really hoped, being English myself, that we'd make the final. It's about time. And I'm happy.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing event for the final. Thank you all very much for watching, everybody. What a game we've seen here. England heading through for a chance at the Celebrity FIFA World Cup. Amazing performance from them put in the semi-finals. Thank you so much for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed this game. What a game it was as well. Do leave a comment if you think that England can go all the way and win in the final. Of course, the other semi-final between the USA and Germany will be taking place on Thursday evening here on SonageGaming. Do not miss it. But until then, we'll see you very soon indeed. Do drop a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not already to see the rest of the Celebrity FIFA World Cup. But until next time, this is Sonage signing out. Farewell.